Good morning. And thanks for coming, everyone. A special thanks to you, Jeannie, for all your work in regards to boiling down these resumes and to these candidates. We appreciate it. Now, as you know, we're going to be doing a group interview with each one this morning, and then later on we'll do individual interviews with them. Now, is there anything we need to discuss before Teresa brings in the first guy?
Well, his resume shows he's qualified for the job. I mean, he practically got a 4.0 in college, and I worked for 3 years with Microsoft, looks like. But what's with all this gay stuff at the bottom of the resume? I mean, president of the gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered club in college. Member of Gleam, the gay and lesbian employees at Microsoft. Member of Digital Queers. Digital Queers? I don't understand why we're even interviewing this guy. I mean, this company's run on Christian values, Christian principles. It's in our mission statement. It's on the artwork on the walls. It's in everything that we do. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me that we shouldn't even be interviewing this guy.
You can't be serious. That's the same as saying we think it's acceptable to discriminate against African Americans or women.
Excuse me, but it's not even close to the same issue. I mean, you didn't choose to be female, I didn't choose to be black.
And they don't choose to be gay.
No way. No way! You can't compare their struggle for acceptance with ours. I mean, regardless of the choice issues, there's nothing in the Bible that says that, you know, it's a sin to be female or a sin to be black. But there's plenty in there that says the practice of homosexuality is a sin.
Look, we're getting off track here. This is just about hiring this one guy.
But it's not, Bill. It's about what ultimately follows when we compromise our principles. I mean, if we don't take a Christian stand on this, then we're going to allow secular society to drive our decision-making. And when we do that, we lose our distinctives.
Oh, so now bias is a Christian distinctive? I swear, you got to listen to yourself sometimes, Dave. This is why people stereotype us Christians the way they do.
Folks, I understand that you have some strong opinions here, but really we should have a reasoned discussion. Now, Jeannie, I've always greatly admired your faith. So help me out here and tell me why you don't think this guy will be a problem for us.
Sure, Walt. Here's how I see it. This company operates under Christian values, right? We consider God in every decision that we make, and that's as it should be. So we need to do that here as well. My read of the Bible tells me that God doesn't play favorites, that non-discrimination is a Christian value. We are all made in God's image, so everyone's entitled to be treated with love, respect, and fairness. So in business, we need to just consider people on their merits. We have absolutely no place judging people the way Dave is judging them.
Can I interject something here? I mean, I'd be the last person to advocate arbitrary discrimination. It's ugly, and I have firsthand experience, it hurts. But there is a place for legitimate discrimination. I mean, we do it all the time with employees or applicants that don't quite embrace our corporate culture. And I believe it's important to do it here this time, too. Now, if we go down the path that Jeannie's suggesting here, we would be normalizing a lifestyle that God condemns. And, I mean, if you ask me, that's more wrong than discriminating against this particular applicant.
Can I jump in here real quick? I don't know about the Bible issues that much, but what I can say from our industry is that if we screen out gays and lesbians, we could pay a high price for that. You know, there's a lot of homosexuals in the IT industry, a lot. And if a word gets out that we discriminate, we could lose a lot of our commercial customers. What I'm saying is that gay-friendly has become an industry norm. I mean, just look at all the gay affinity groups. Like it or not, we have to become gay-friendly or we're going to lose our competitive advantage. So maybe we just need to hire the best and brightest that there are.
That's a good point, Bill, thanks. But I have to admit, I think I have to go with Dave on this one. And if our business has to take a hit because we do things right in God's eyes, well, that's just the cost of doing business God's way.
So what, we just tell Mr. Superstar applicant here, a guy who has unbelievable potential to move this company forward, to take a hike because we don't like who he sleeps with? And on top of that, we risk losing some of our B2B customers? It makes no sense at all to me.
Look, Jeannie, non-discrimination might sound innocuous, and to some even godly, but a neutral non-discrimination stance is really not neutral at all. It implicitly validates the lifestyle. And if homosexuality is given equal validity, then as a company and as a society, we're proceeding down a very slippery slope. What I mean is this: non-discrimination implies that there's nothing wrong with the lifestyle. And that leads to demands for equal treatment, which in turn leads to insistence on things like domestic partner relationships and benefits, sensitivity training for employees. It's how gay adoptions and gay marriages have become civil rights in parts of this country. And unfortunately, it's left our society in a place where we condone what God has already condemned. And as a Christian and as a Christian company, I don't think it's wise that we even take one step down that road, even if it does hurt our business.
Quite frankly, Walt, I don't understand your theology on this at all, or yours, Dave. What about the Christian calling to be witnesses, to actually introduce people to God? If we as Christians are so exclusive that we never come into contact with people who are alienated from God, then how will we ever bring more people into God's family? We just isolate ourselves in this little Christian bubble. We go to a Christian church. We send our kids to Christian schools. We run a Christian company dealing with lots of Christian clients. All of our friends are Christians. We read Christian books and magazines. We're becoming separatists. We've developed our own little comfortable subculture that insulates us from engaging people God might want us to reach. Jesus didn't do that. In fact, he did just the opposite. He freely associated with people regardless of their lifestyle or their past. And through those relationships, he pointed people to God. What I think is that we should open our doors and our minds and do the same.
Well, that's a valid point too, Jeannie. But I'm left wondering, where would Jesus draw the line in business? At non-discrimination? At equivalent benefits? And what about the customer side of things? What do we do when a gay rights group comes to us and asks us to develop software for them? Do we just do it? Wouldn't that be helping to advance the movement by us creating something for them? This is really a hard issue. Really hard. From a Christian perspective, how gay-friendly should our company be?
Scott Mitchell's here for his 9 o'clock interview. Are you guys ready for him?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. But show him in anyway.
Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Please have a seat and we'll get started.